dawn, and there's a gentle breeze blowing a few hundred metres above this wonderland.
Alapia is the wishing temple. It's where the locals go if they want to make a wish.
It's a breathtaking view from an incredible vantage point above one of the world's most spectacular temple sites. The tourists aboard these hot air balloons have it almost to themselves, but perhaps not for long.
I've come now because I feel like it's an exciting period of immense change, and I wanted to be here right now to spend my tourism dollars in those changes, and I also wanted to, really see for myself what's going on.
I feel the same way. Burma's been an important story, but incredibly difficult to cover. Now the curtain's coming up and the possibilities feel endless. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. This journey started 2 weeks earlier when I couldn't imagine what lay ahead. The last time I was at Rangoon International Airport for Foreign Correspondent, I was slinking in on a tourist visa to secretly interview legendary democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi. Today, less than 12 months later, cameraman David Leland and I are legit, granted a relatively freewheeling visa to travel the country to assess firsthand the effects of the government's sudden, staggering democratic reforms. It's the type of journey we've never been allowed to make, and while the ability to operate openly is in itself a step forward, we're not really sure just how much freedom we'll actually have. Burma may finally be on the move now, but it's way behind its Southeast Asian neighbours. Decades of authoritarian rule with little international investment have stunted development. On our way into Rangoon, the first of many sites that remind us we're in a very different world.
Leave the airport and you soon see just how frayed this place really is. Thank you, Mingalaba. The poverty and dilapidation are really quite breathtaking, but then so is the potential. And in the last couple of years since I've been coming here, there really is a new energy. Perhaps it is simply hope.
There's nervousness too. For as long as anyone can remember, Burma's been an unhappy place. Until very recently, political debate simply wasn't tolerated. Dissidents were jailed, the media censored, ethnic minorities brutally repressed. Now there's change, but no one knows whether it's real, and so we're going to try to find out.
Back to Mandalay, where the old flotilla lay.
Here in the old colonial capital of Rangoon, also known as Yangon, you can still find plenty of reminders that this used to be the richest country in Asia.
Mandalay, where the flying fishers play.
In the early 1900s, this city was an exotic gathering point for some of the world's most famous thinkers. Then the Strand Hotel hosted the likes of literary greats Somerset Maugham and George Orwell.
Like Burma, the Strand has been through so much since it was opened in the boom time of 1901. War, disrepair, dictatorship, not to mention a backpacker invasion and a rat infestation. Now it appears the boom is back. The hotel's the busiest it's been in more than 10 years. I guess what everyone's wondering, though, is will it last?
On the road to Mandalay.
As it's always been, the Strand is an oasis amid the heat and dust of Rangoon. It used to be the place to be seen when the Brits were still in charge. These days, the centre of power has shifted. Next day we're up early and on our way to the new capital, up a road that's almost empty. A toll of about $6 puts it way beyond most Burmese, who get by on less than $1 a day. About 6 years ago, the government simply upped stumps and moved to the middle of nowhere, abandoning Rangoon. No one really knows why, but the result is this: Naypyidaw, a kind of Canberra meets Pyongyang. Right now, there aren't too many people to fill it, but if Burma takes off, that'll change. And in anticipation, the building frenzy is well and truly on.
I'm Zoe.
Hey, nice to meet you.
You too.
We're here to pick up an extra passenger, a compulsory government liaison officer, who'll be with us for the rest of our journey. Old habits die hard. And we want to talk to the President's chief advisor. Naturally, I'm expecting to meet a grim, circumspect official and record a guarded interview. That's not how it goes.
Now, Myanmar is genuinely changing to a new era. It's not just regime
It's just
change.
so hard to believe.
Yeah. It's
I mean, I don't mean to
very hard to
disbelieve you.
Yes, very hard to believe because the things are rapidly changing. We need credibility, and we need legitimacy, and we need to make trust between the people and the government, also political parties and the government.
And this is where it's all supposed to happen, inside this extraordinary-looking building.
We're inside the Parliament, which happens to be sitting this week. And, of course, the fact that we're even in here, proof once again that doors are opening everywhere.
There's a series of by-elections coming up in April. And for the first time in years, members of Aung San Suu Kyi's party, the National League for Democracy, will compete. If Aung San Suu Kyi wins a seat, as expected, she and her colleagues will be sitting here, among those who repressed and jailed them for so many years.
It sounds great, and I hope it's real. I guess what the international community is wondering is it real, or is there an ulterior motive on the part of the government in what it's doing?
Yes, actually, I think that after a long years of political stalemate, the both sides have realized that this road is not effective, not works. So we have to change the directions. And the destiny is, the same destiny, to make the betterment of the country.
Okay, so what about standover tactics against people who have political views, the jailing of people for political activity, forced labour, forcing people to become convict porters in the ethnic conflicts, brutality and rape by the Burmese military? Does all that stop now? Do you admit that that's been happening, and is that over? Is that in the past?
Okay. Actually, yes, it's like melodies of the old age. And according to the situations, the stability and security is the first priority for the previous government, as you know. And they have used such tactics, but now we are democratic elected government, so we try to treat this melody with a very correct treatment of the democracy. So actually you should divide the previous government and the new government.
During our journey, we get to see for ourselves just what that means for many Burmese. We've come to a political rally for Aung San Suu Kyi.
Oh, we love Suu so much. This time is our chance, very, very big chance to see her.
Her National League for Democracy won elections way back in 1990, but was never allowed to take power, and she spent long stretches under house arrest. This time, as they say, it's different.
This is a campaign rally NLD style, and what's really notable about this is that these people are allowed to be here, at least in theory, and so are we. A campaign rally for Aung San Suu Kyi and her opposition, where local people can legally attend and so can the international media, would have been unthinkable such a short time ago.
Last time we cannot come out on the road. Now you see a lot of people you can see on the road.
In the Burma of old, it paid to keep your political allegiances to yourself. Now people are out and proud. Just a few months ago, publishing images of Aung San Suu Kyi was illegal. Now you can wear her face around town.
How many T-shirts are you selling every day? A day? Wow.